Alright, so we're here for owner's complaints. The reason why I'm doing this is you guys, as you know, society, humans, have right for verbal speech. You know, you guys have left reviews, you guys have opinionated speech of how much you care about someone, how much you hate someone, how much you care about a shop, or whatever we do. There's good ways and bad ways of doing it. Bad ways is what's happened in the situation. The situations where I tried, but it's only one guy. I'm only one man. I can only do so much. But yet, here's the story of a 2019 Kia Stinger. Came here for a cylinder misfire, 1, 3, and 5. Pretty much saying that the V6 motor, bank 1 cylinders are misfiring. And don't know why. Usually misfires caused by 90% of the ignition system. We pulled the spark plugs out, and we did notice that the spark plugs are very hot, whitey, like it's generating a lot of heat. This gentleman also liked to run a, if it was either 100 or 101 octane fuel. I didn't know if it was leaded or unleaded, but found out it was unleaded, so, which is a better side. Anyways, we changed the ignition system coils, and we changed the spark plugs out. And it's still misfiring, which I don't understand. And the weird part about this is the car misfires only under boost. And once it misfires, it stays misfiring, but you could shut the car off and turn it back on, the misfire is gone. Tries firing again until you try to boost it again. And we also noticed in the beginning too, where the co-star, it has engine intakes in it, and it doesn't have the suction noise that a normal intake system has. So we thought, and normally we do see passenger side turbos, going pretty much bad on these cars. And guess what? The passenger side turbo is bank 1, which was cylinder 1, 3, and 5 are. So special ordered the turbo from Korea, waited to get the parts over from Korea. But sad enough, what was happening now is, where I did not know, is the owner of the car is an older gentleman. I want to say he was in the 70s, low 80s, Mr. Fred, but he has passed while I had his possession of his car. And during one of the busiest days, his sons show up. Luckily, I had a friend that was helping out the front. His name is Manny. You guys maybe call the shop or text it, and he does a great job. Well, the problem is right now I don't have a front guy. My front guy's been gone for 3 months. So basically, I am the owner. I am a renter. I'm a mechanic. I am a janitorial guy. I'm a parts orderer. I am the front desk, service manager, everything. Accounting at the end, it's hard. And this shop has been popularized so much that it's so hard for me to, get to you guys. And I apologize where I don't respond. I don't communicate, but I tell in my Instagram stories all freaking day, I am busy. Just leave me a text, and whenever I'm on the toilet or when I'm eating, whenever I have time to look at the phone, I'll respond to the texts and stuff like that. They also don't understand where my clientele are now social based, where they book their own appointments. One of the complaints was, how is he so busy? How does people communicate with them? How do they get these cars in here? I don't book them. You guys do. You guys figured out my schedule, and my schedule is set up online, where you go on my Instagram, you click on book, you pick what you want to do, and then 90% of you guys also mess up doing that, which makes me harder for me, where I tell you to leave memos of what vehicle you're bringing, what we're gonna do, and yeah, that's what makes it a little bit harder, where I gotta repair all that. Now I gotta communicate with you, secure the deposit, get you in here, order the parts if I need to order it, and yada yada yada. Anyways, backtracking to this problem is, kids show up, and never met these kids in my life. I never knew he had kids. I didn't know he had 1 son, 2 sons, daughters or something, but anyways, he had kids. 2 sons that came into the shop. Manny greets them, oh, hello, blah, 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 blah. He comes to the back and he goes, this is a fucking hard one. You got 2 guys in the front saying their dad's car is here, and he has passed, and they're figuring out what to do with the car. Okay, cool. But I was in the middle of working on a full-blown car somewhere I was hand deep in. And also, how my shop is designated is, I really don't have other guys pulling in cars, pulling out cars, or even lifting cars on our lift. I supervise, overlook everything before anything is done. So now they're seeing me run in and out, constantly pulling in different cars in different bays for my guys to work on. And Manny trying to explain to him, I will be the communicator and get you whatever answer you want to be. Whatever comes out of Will's mouth, I'm just going to repeat it for you. He is too busy running around. Let's get you going, blah, blah, blah. And they would not leave. They wouldn't leave until I talked to them for a bit. My problem is, once you take me away from a car to talk to me, I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. That stops me from working on the car for the customer that's sitting also in the lobby to get their cars back. So what do I do? Eventually, I banged out as much as I can, and then I left one car for one of my other guys to finish up, and I went to talk to him. They're trying to explain to him what was happening with the scenario. Now another part is, we have one brother that is not any type of mechanical incline. He is trying to type everything in his phone, making me spell him certain parts that are going bad, and explaining what's going on with the car. And you got the other brother that he understands and greeting, stuff like that, but I understand their grieving. It's hard, but it's my nature where, okay, they want me to release the car to them. Again, now I'm coming back to the conclusion of, I don't even know who the hell you are. Okay, I haven't heard from it, but if you are the sons, and if it's his passing, show me a death certificate or something, or some kind of paperwork where shows that you are the sons. I didn't even see a picture of a group photo of their dad together or something. Nothing. So I'm not releasing some kind of personal property to somebody that they're claiming that they knew about a car here, and yeah. And then I do release the car and it wasn't them. Now the car is stolen and it could be another nightmare. Anyways, fast forwarding after that, they have left. Constantly trying to communicate with them, and we arranged for their dad's car to go on the lift where we were going to work on it and change the turbo out, which we were waiting for, which all the parts were here. Get it up, communicated on Monday, showed them what was going on. Car was on the lift, turbo's going in. Tuesday, their turbo's in, and we fired up. Everything seems okay. I drove it down the street. It's better. The car is behaving better, but the misfire is still there, which I don't understand. But now the car seems like is pulsating, as you can hear from the turbo from the intake. But now the problem is too, I hear more on the passenger side turbo than the driver's side turbo. So during that time now, there was a situation was going on where I wanted to communicate with the sons. The sons, I don't have time to be on the phone with them. Luckily that day, my wife was here and called them and to explain them what was going on with the car. And she tried the best of what my wife could do. She's not a car girl. She knows more than standard people, probably more than my son, but she doesn't know full details. So she told him at the end of the day, or whenever he has free, he will put on an essay of a text and send it to exactly what is going on with his car. Yes, I'm sorry. It took 2 days to do so, but I try to make it also easier for him to understand what was going on with the car. Try to, dumb it down a little bit to make it understandable. But after that, the shop got crazy again, and the harder part is, this is where I don't know how you guys are with the weather and whatever you guys are at, but one of my guys came in with a really nasty cough. And from there, dude, this shop went down south in 2 weeks hard. Basically what happened, that coughing guy came in and brought the virus in, and we all got it. Minus me, I felt it, but I was able to hang in there. But I had guys calling out, 2-3 guys every day, and it was, okay, we averaged about 15 cars a day with 4 techs plus me, and now I'm down to 2 techs and me. And now I gotta answer phones up front where I don't have time as much. Now the sons are blowing the phone, or not the son, one of the sons is blowing up the phone. To the point where I also have a pet peeve where I have an issue with it, but if I see a number coming twice, that's the most hated thing I see. I just throw the phone on silent and I toss the phone. That's how I am, and you're not gonna fix that about me. That's how I am, and I explain to you guys in my stories, in my certain ways, and also in the voicemail of my shop phone, to not leave a voicemail, which you guys still do, which I delete anyway because I told you not to do it. I'm gonna not follow you. Why should I follow you if you don't follow me? And on top of that, yeah, I don't understand where some people will call one time, hang up, call back again, hang up, call back again. Dude, you're not a probation officer. Why are you trying to reach out so desperately where I just want to get a price quote, or I just want to do this? Or on his needs, yes, he wants to know his status of his dad's car. Which now is tossing my mind where I've talked to my friends in Korea that builds these cars, the tuners and everything, never seen an issue like this. All the parts that I have changed out, they have changed them themselves and that's fixed the problem. But no, his is different. I'm trying to figure all that out. I don't get it. And how do you want me to explain something where I'm tossing and turning in my head trying to figure this out? And no, I don't know. And I admit to people where I don't know something, I will tell you I don't know. If I broke something in the car, I'll also tell you I broke it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna mask it. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm an upfront guy. So I didn't know the answer. One, also, two, the phone is gone, and it's a shit show. Top of that, I don't know if you guys know too, is I'm now into the whole point of way so much stress, and when I do that, I actually blow a blood vessel in my eye, and I lose vision in one of my eyes. Now, as a mechanic, how do I work with one eye? It's hard enough for me trying to read texts on the phone. So I had people that was texting me, and I had my wife trying to text back, and basically just being an eye for me. Now, the biggest problem comes now, the third scenario. The son reappears to the shop. I know where I was trying to set up an appointment for him to come in so me and him could both sit down and talk about what's going to go with his dad's car or whatever it is. And there's no way to book him in where the clientele was booking themselves, so there was no more open windows where I could do so. I am a week and a half booked out by consumers, not by me, but anyways, he appeared. But what am I doing? I was in the back of the shop. As I was in the back of the shop, basically, there's a doorbell on the front door of my alarm, and then we also have a buzzer. Basically, anybody that walks in and out, because sometimes the weather's hot and we keep the door open. And we hear the buzzer, I hear the buzzer, but I can't see the TV because of my eye. I run up to the front, I see him. I was also trying to figure out what was going on with the other cars, since if I was going to go up to order parts if I needed to. Anyways, but at the same time, my wife was finally coming into the shop after she got her nails done. Anyways, it was perfect timing. So I greeted him and goes, I am so sorry, I am stuck in the back. I am putting a motor in this car. I don't know if I told him that or my wife told him that. But anyways, I was putting a motor in a car that should be Sonic. Did we talk about a video? That video is out or somewhere. Anyways, here, link below. Click on that. You'll enjoy that one. Anyways, that was that. And I told him, I am so sorry. I am busy working on this car. I can't walk away from this right now. Because, one, I'm doing other stuff that we are dropping in the motor where the guys that did it was not here. They were actually out home sick because of that flu. Dropping it in, told them, hey, my wife is going to be here anywhere from 10 to something minutes. Can you please wait patiently? And as soon as she comes, she will be my interpreter. She will be my communicator. I just got to keep working. He agreed and he waited. Here comes the pet peeves again. During the 10-15 minutes, I don't know half of the guys you don't know, he went in and out at least 30 times. And on top of that, he was sometimes floating by the front door using his phone, walking back and forth and setting the buzzer off. What that happens is every time the buzzer goes off, my guys know, since I can't see, everybody stops working, trying to look at the TV on my security camera in the shop to see who was up front. Like, it's not a parts guy coming in, it's not a walking customer, Amazon, post office, FedEx. No, it was him. And anyways, my wife finally shows up. And I said, we are fucked. Because he's gonna try to ask to talk to me, which I won't have time. And he's not gonna understand that. Anyways, My wife takes over. Love you. I am so sorry you had to deal with this. I know how they are. I thought the dad was bad, but I see where they get it from. Anyways, he's going a little off. I don't understand why he can't answer texts. And I don't understand why we gotta explain ourselves that he's just a busy man. But I want to explain to you guys this way. I'm not calling myself one. I'm not judging myself as one. But imagine my shop is like a hospital, right? You're at the hospital. The cars are patient. I'm the doctor. I have a receptionist in the front. I got nurses in the back. I got all those people. When a car comes in, you are greeted by the receptionist, blah, 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 taken to the back and stuff like that. And the nurses starts whatever procedure needs to be done, and I jump in and do it. And that's how the shop runs. You tell me how quick you could get a doctor on the phone. You're not. Then how do you expect to get me on the phone when I'm busy working on your vehicle as a patient, the patient needs to get worked on as a doctor? What happens at the end? Which communication happens when the procedure, surgery, or whatever is done? The doctor will come and try to give you all the information you need to the point that, sorry, this is what happened. But after that, they leave and the nurse comes over and takes over because he needs to go back to work on another patient. Well, that's how I am. And I'm trying to explain to you guys this way where they're not going to get it. They don't care. They just want its car fixed or whatever it is. But I don't know how to fix this car where I don't know where the cancer is. What's causing this or what's doing that. And I've done the x-rays, I've done the CT scans, and don't see nothing. I see the misfires. I see the diagnosis of what's going on, but can't find a cure. Anyways, she's up there dealing with it for 30-40 minutes. She actually even was smart enough to go into the phone, look up the name, and read all the messages that was going back and forth to me and the son, and sees the whole paragraph where I've actually sent the message. And she read the paragraph of what was going on. And I'm guarantee you, if I get my husband up here, he's going to tell you the same exact thing. And now she's going to be so annoyed that he just repeated himself. I hate doing things twice. I hate people calling me twice. I just don't like doing things. Do it once, get it over, get it perfect. But yet this car is still messed up. So they're back and forth, yada, 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 yada. And she comes back and goes, they want to take the car out. I figured at this point, you know what, I am done. I try to be helpful. Also, the car is not able to go to the Kia dealership because all the aftermarket parts are on the vehicle and the car will be voided. I don't want them to lose a 100,000 mile warranty on it, but out of my hands now. So I agree. You know what? I'm over it. Get the car out of here. I am done. I don't want to deal with them. I am finished. So the tow truck was being arranged, and in the text message, it says the car is misfiring, is not fully drivable and stuff like that. Yet Nicole comes back and goes, they want to drive it to wherever it is to drive. Is it drivable? And I said, no. That severe of a misfire, the car could get hurt. The engine could be damaged, and I don't recommend it to tow it. So it took them about 3 hours to get a tow truck. But crazy part about this, the car was actually out in the parking lot, sitting there waiting to get pulled back in because we were pulling in and out every day. But the car was okay because as long as you don't boost the car, which I don't think he understands what that theory means, is that's where the car was. They asked for the keys to the car. She came and grabbed them, gave it to him, and they asked Dick to walk through the garage shop to go to the car. She goes, no. Insurance purposes, please go around the building, go to the vehicle. Oh, now he's getting steam, which I can't say anything. That's protocol. Wife is fucking doing, she's a manager at a store. So she has no other rules where she can't take a customer to the back of the shop in her store and show people around. So, no. You can walk around, you can drive around, your car's here, and go look at your dad's car if you want to. Anyways, now it's about 5 o'clock. He showed around 2 o'clock, I want to say. I don't remember. And we are now so busy to the point that also my wife had put in a lunch order in about 3:15, where she actually had one of my guys go pick up our lunch. and, you know, get our food because she was too busy talking to them. And then now she can't even get the clientele's cars that we were picking up to get out of here because they are now in front of the desk blocking them. So she had to stop and do all this stuff in between, coming back and forth, trying to explain what's going on. And I could tell by her eyes she was getting irritated, which, thank you, but love, you know, I would have lost my mind. Because I don't have the time to tell and teach someone how a car works and why that car is broken, which he's not going to understand. And the stuff that he's typing into his phone, he's now going to try to retell the story to the new mechanic. You're just going to f that guy up. And no one's going to try to understand what's going on with these cars because no one knows these cars. And I've seen this happen one other time. But also this other car, it only does it when you cold start in the morning. But this one's the other way. It's only when you boost. So it's like, I don't get what's going on with these two. And the other one, all he does is turn it off, turn it back on, he tries it, and he's okay with it. This one, it doesn't allow him to drive it, so I understand, we gotta fix it. But how do I fix something when I don't know? Anyways, 5 o'clock comes around. I think it's when that Chevy Sonic had fired up. We are trying to burp the cooling system. We are now looking for leaks and stuff like that. We caught a leak, stopped it, turned the car off, fixed it, turned it back on. And basically, if I'm in a doctor scenario, we just finished a heart transplant. We're about to kickstart the heart back on and making sure it's okay. As we're doing this, in the corner of my eye, and one of my guys points out, hey, there's a guy standing in the back corner of the shop. I'm too busy on this. I'm like, Anthony, go see what he wants. Apparently, this gentleman now is the stepdad. Now he's in the back of the shop, sitting there hovering by the gates and looking over like, well, it's 5:15, you know, you guys are closed now. Can we talk to him? I don't know how many times these have guys gone in and out of the shop, and there's a big old sticker right next to the front door, my hours. I am open Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 2. I'm still working. Anyways, there was some communication that was going on with Anthony with them, and Anthony doesn't know much what's going on with this motor. He knows vague stuff about it because he was studying how to do this turbo swap, because we have another steering we're going to do that. We're going to put 2 big turbos in it, but factory location, factory spec sizes. So he was hovering and then stopped, you know, knew what was going on but not fully. Explained to him, Will is the owner. He's the one that diagnosed on most of these cars, and he never seen a problem like this before. There's a misfire on half of the engine, and he doesn't know why. And during that time, my wife comes around and sees Anthony talking to this gentleman. My wife's like, who the hell is that? I'm like, I don't know. My wife goes over, talks to the gentleman, goes, hi, this is Nicole. This is the back of the shop. If you need to communicate, we can go to the front of the shop and stuff like that. I think that's what I heard. I could be wrong. It's, you know, there's distance and my music are playing in the shop. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the Sonic and this drama going on in the back of the shop. Yada, yada, yada. I hear Anthony come back and he goes, well, all I heard in the back of my mind is be respectful for the clientele, be respectful for the customers, be respectful for the clientele. Only reason being is I could say stuff to you as a clientele, to a customer, because I am the owner. If he says that, that's a completely different story. So he learned how to bite his tongue and walked away. Now my wife asked him, sorry sir, who the hell are, not, she didn't say, but who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm the stepdad. The smart ass my wife is, she goes, well, you're a stepdad, so you have no relations to this family and nothing with that car, so please step away. Oh, dude, he was fired up. Anyways, love your wife. Now the son and there's a mom too. Now there's 3 of them back there, chit-chatting, blagging. And my wife comes back and she goes, damn, I need a drink. 4 hours, 3 hours of that, trying to explain where now if I was caught in the front, exactly what I'm trying to say is that 3-4 hours to try to talk to him, explain what's going on with the car, and just going back and forth. What would have happened to that Chevy Sonic? That customer is now patiently waiting for his car as well. It just got delayed because what do I tell him? Well, I gotta explain to them because how the car broke down. I don't understand what they're doing. He don't give a F. That doesn't work. So the tow guy comes, tow the car away. Oh, one of the comments that the stepdad said, you guys never said anything about a check engine light. If the car has a misfire, cylinder 1, 3, and 5, it's gonna have a code for P0, 301, 303, 305, and 300. Random misfire, cylinder 1 misfire, cylinder 3 misfire, and 5. And what is gonna illuminate? A freaking goddamn check engine light. This is why I don't have time to try to explain to those folks what was going on with the car, because I can't educate someone how an engine in a car works and how a check engine light works. So they pay the bill, pay for the turbo swap. Wasn't that the happiest, but they're gone. Yay, they're gone, stress is gone. And then here comes 6 o'clock, shop is closed. Now me and my guys and my wife are eating our lunch at 6 at night. I appreciate what my guys do. I appreciate all the hard stuff they do. And you guys don't understand, dude. We work our ass off to get all your cars out the best way we can, fast as we can, and what quality we can. But stuff like this is where now I wake up about 7:30 in the morning. I wake up, go through my emails in the morning and stuff like that, and I see an email come in that notify me, oh, you got a new review on Yelp. And I got a 1-star. And I already knew who the f it was. Here comes the drama, here comes whatever the f he wants to say, and you know what? I never read it. I didn't care about it, I didn't read it, I just let it go. Cool. I let it go. Next morning, I wake up. There's another goddamn email. Now it's on Facebook and Yelp at 1:45 in the morning. Some keyboard warrior had put a post of another 1-star review. I could give a rat's ass about your 1-star review. I could give a rat's ass about Yelp. I could give a rat's ass about fucking Facebook. But what are you doing at 1:45 in the morning? He's a douche. I'm a dickhead. Come on, really? 7:45, 1:45. Go to sleep. Whatevers. Okay, let it go again. A couple days ago, where now I forgot what day it was, a third review shows. So I figured it's the 2 fucking brothers and the stepdad. Stepdad, I don't know what the fuck he's leaving a review for, but he's not even fucking related to them and doesn't even know the full story. Yeah. All I know is my work shows difference between what is going on. And as I'm thinking and figuring out what was going on with the car, I wanted to explain to him there is another dissect I want to do, but I'm guaranteed they wouldn't have approved it. Because there are some of the reviews that my guys were saying that how do you charge an elderly senior, blah, 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 blah. Man, you had to see this old man. This old man raved about me. You don't know the relationship I had with your dad. And that's a f***ed up part. Seriously, that's a f***ed up part. Where I personally have also made a field trip to the body shop your dad's damn f***ing car was and fixed some of his car stuff in the parking lot of the body shop at the Kia dealership on the side because of who your dad was. Where the f you guys come in and do all this shit? I don't understand. And you gotta understand too that karma's gonna be a bitch. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm just gonna speak the truth. But karma is a bitch. And where people is gonna realize I hope no one's able to fix that car. Because I think what's going on with it, you won't know until you fully open it. But I don't know if I want to see it. Only reason being is if you do see this goddamn video, you're going to tell this or show the mechanic to show whatever it gotta be how to fix it. Rest in peace to your dad. Full respect to who your dad was. And rest in peace to that car. I don't think you deserve to drive that car. The car, I think, is now fighting, saying, no, I don't even know the relationship that you had with your dad. Your dad never talked about you guys. But I've seen pictures of his cars, his toys, his stories, his war stories. Dude, I've heard his track stories, Porsches, he does this, 160, stuff like that. Never once talked about his sons. Just saying. So what does that got to do with me, and what does that explain? So whatever review you guys put, here's my review back to whatever you guys put. I'm not going to read your reviews. People are going to do it for me, and I could give a booger rat's ass about it. Because I'm going to still be here. I still have customers coming in, and I'm going to put this link underneath the reviews of what you put so they could see the story of my side, because there's 2 stories of a book. So Vic is also recording this behind the TikTok live so he could use this footage to make a YouTube video. So we're just gonna keep going and blast, because if you're gonna be a keyboard warrior, I'm gonna video warrior myself too. Pretty. I just want to say people have a right to say to speak their mind. But there is ways to speak it correctly. You could pay paragraphs and paragraphs, but what if you do something wrong and someone does it to you? If you did it wrong and do this stuff, yes, karma's a bitch, you deserved it. I tried everything I can to fix that guy's car. I knew loved the shop. He only trusted me to work on certain things. I know I did certain things, and he'll go home and undo the things that I did and make it the way he likes his things. It's the way he was. But Alfred, I hope, rest in peace in heaven. All the clientels that have passed away during COVID, and all the older gentlemen like Henry Wong, Mike Glick, rest in peace to all 3 of you. You are missed. I miss hearing your random stories. I miss that you ripped apart this car on the freeway. I don't know how you kept your intestines in the age that you were at. I do 160 on the freeway and I'm shaking like a little baby. Props to you, sir. I just want this video to explain sometimes f***s are given. And this is my fuck up explaining. I don't get where you're impatient or there was no understanding. And my wife also tried to explain, there's 2 Nardo Gray, Wolf Gray, whatever color you want to do, the stupid primer color stingers that are in here. One of them's owned by Paul and the other one's owned by Alfred. Paul's car has been here actually longer than Alfred's. But I'm the type of guy to go down the line of based on what car was here longer than stuff to get stuff done. He came around, but because only Paul's turbos were not ready yet. There are custom built turbos from Turbo Kits, and I don't know for fluid more explanation I need to. My thing is, this is my view back on you guys. If you can't wait for someone to tell you what's going on, you can't be demanding. I don't have time for that. And I didn't have time to explain myself, but I'm the type of guy where if I find a window, I will sit down, I'll bring you back, I'll get you a couple beers, I'll give you a shot, I'll give you something, and we'll sit down and explain and figure out what the hell's going on. Not the hours of 10 to 6. where I got tons of clientele that's coming in. I got moms and dads that coming in between a lunch break to get the car worked on before they go to in between eating a lunch here. Now why do I gotta stop everything just cause I need to talk to Will? Whatever answer you get from me, my wife, my guys, Manny, or my service writer, my future, it's the same answer they come from me. Cause they come back and literally repeat what I say. Cause what I make them do is, did you understand everything I told you? If not, I want you to say it back so I know you know what you say. If not, here, I'm gonna tell you 2 sentences, come back, explain it to them, and come back, I'll tell you the rest. Or write it down. Anyways, that's how I am. I hope everybody understands that the shop is one whole shop to get a hold of. If you see actually old reviews, I have a shop before in Santa Fe Springs and Brea. I was known I was the hardest guy to get a hold of there. I haven't changed, and I'm not going to change for you. That's who I am. But you guys know how to book yourselves. If these guys were so social savvy and internet savvy and all that, all the stories, if they ever pay attention, oh, schedule a book on. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking book something and I'm gonna take Will's time. Well, you got me. You took that appointment slot and you booked me yourself, which you couldn't even figure that out. But yet you could go on and leave reviews and 1-star me, and I will 1-star you the different way. My bad, shorty. I'm just gonna close it up here. I had to speak my mind. This is something that was haunting me in the back of my head, because I was a good guy and I don't understand why the kids are built this way. And the divorce that went through between them and the stepdad, and the custody that where it seems like the mom had the kids, explains a different story. But I don't care why it was to who he was. But that man, he has some balls. You know what I mean? He was ready to try to put some meth on the car. He was contemplating with meth between CPI, and he wanted to make some power, but I think he was getting old, because he drove in his car after I driven it. But when I drive a car, I turn all the traction control off, the stability. He came back and goes, I almost ate shit because you turned on the traction control. And I'm thinking now is, if you're a raw dog, old school Porsche guy, all that never existed. I don't know. Well, this is my part of my story. You know, I wasted 30-40 minutes of you guys' life. You have a good night. Walk your dogs. Love your wife. Pet your kids. Smack the ones that don't need to. Cheers. Have a good night.